Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk to you about an old story which many of you know, but I'm not repeating the story. The story is the ant and the grasshopper. So, the ant works hard throughout the year during summer and collects food for the winter. The grasshopper doesn't do, and in winter it comes to the ant and asks the ant for some food, and the ant says, and asks, what were you doing in summer? Who says, oh, I was dancing. He says, now go and dance in winter, right? That's the answer which every ant wants to give to the grasshopper. But if the grasshopper is your sibling or even your very close first cousin or even a parent, you really can't tell that to the grasshopper. If you have been the ant and you've collected the food, one day you know that you will have to feed the grasshopper, and that is not very uncommon. Many cases the support system is. So let me tell you a story. Uh, the story is about a married woman with a very well-to-do husband, and the story is about her brother who is a grasshopper, who used to go on nice long trips and vacations, buy expensive gifts for everybody, including himself, and all that. And now, well, he doesn't have much money to support. Let me give you the facts from here. If their father is about 77 years of age and has some money enough for his own expenses, but not much. He doesn't have his own house, so he has to depend on the son. The interest income may not be sufficient because he has a total corpus of about 22 lakhs, and he is not really well off. Then our hero's grandmother is still alive, and there is no way how her son or her grandson are capable of looking after the grandmother. But luckily they have this girl whom we are talking about has an aunt who is looking after. So the grandmother is being looked after by her daughter. That grandmother's son, who is our hero's father or our heroine's father, is being looked after by his son, but son does not have enough cash flow to support the father and look after himself. And the sister, who's 12 years younger, is at her wit's end, and she was at her wit's end when she came and said, look, this is the financial mess. My grandmother is being looked after by my Bua, her father's sister, because my father does not have enough money to look after my grandmother. So she's living in a senior citizen home being provided for by her daughter, who is our heroine's Bua. So that portion is taken care of. Now she has to support her father, and she has to support her brother's family. Now brother's family is just brother and his wife, because the daughter is in New Zealand and well settled. But of course she's not sending money home, but she does not need any money. So one of the conditions which is put is, say, you will go to New Zealand only if she sends a ticket, you will not go otherwise. So here are three people, husband, wife and the husband's father, staying in one place and not having adequate money. The son of course has his house, which is a small house, but yes, they have that house. Now the daughter didn't know what all to do, so I said, okay, let's have a look at what can be done. The crisis erupted when her brother, who is now in his early 50s, lost his job and didn't have money to eat for the next beyond the next 3 months. He had no savings beyond 3 months. How people get into such a situation in their 50s? Go out and see. There are too many people like this, too many grasshoppers who will go buy branded clothes, travel around in expensive modes of transport, would never think of taking a public transport. They would take at least an auto, if not Ola, Uber, taxi, whatever. But suddenly run out of money to eat, and they have no clue what to do, the typical grasshopper. So I said, okay, these are the conditions you can put. One, pay for his medical insurance, because if he doesn't have money for his own medical expenses, the sister would have to step in. Then I said one more thing which she has done is this house, which actually belongs to the father and son, would be sold. The money would be put in capital gain bond, and they would not touch it for 3 years anyway. They can't touch it, and after that the sister will decide how that is to be managed. Maybe she'll buy an annuity for the father, but she will buy a house where these three people will live, and they will have lifetime tenancy rights, but they will not own it. They will not be able to create a pledge on it or anything like that. And largely the interest on that housing, on the capital gain bonds, plus the interest that her father receives, plus some money which her brother has, they will be able to meet their day-to-day expenses, right? And very clearly he will not dip into the capital. So his father's 22 lakhs, whatever it is worth, will not be touched. So interest on that worth about 1.5 lakhs a year. And what her brother will get from the capital gains interest of the housing sale proceeds which has been put into capital gain bonds, all that together will meet their day-to-day expenses. Nothing, they will be, the sister will not pay anything for the day-to-day expenses. The housing sale proceeds was about 75 lakhs, about 80 lakhs, 79 lakhs to be precise, would go into capital gain bonds. So about on 80 lakhs you will get another approximately 5%. That is about 4 lakhs, and so 4 lakh plus about 1 lakh from bank interest for the father. So all that put together would be about 30,000-40,000 a month, with which they should be able to live. And medical expenses, in case it exceeds a particular number, the sister said she will help for the father, but for the son, he has to fend for himself, or he has to ask his daughter for money. Now the whole thing is, when they got married, this couple, when they got married about 20 years ago, she was earning well. She married a rich guy who is also earning well. So he said about 16-17 years ago, he looked at how her brother was behaving and how her father was behaving. He told her that in their old age you will have to support them, so please keep some cash. Now this is very Nostradamus kind of a thing, but it's not very difficult. When you see a person not investing enough or not living sensibly, you can make predictions saying, look, if these people live long, they will have a problem. Now look at the longevity problem. Our heroine's grandmother is 95 and staying in a senior citizen home and spending approximately 30,000-35,000 a year, which luckily for this family is being borne by her daughter. Daughter is again well off, so this house seems to be a place where the women are better at managing money, but they've still abdicated that job to their husbands, and their husbands have made a mess of it, right? So don't allow grasshoppers around you to loot your food ladder which you have created. Make sure that you protect yourself first, but you will have grasshoppers and you have to decide how you want to help them, if you want to help them at all. Thank you.